Hi, my name is Bryce Muller, and this is my redefinition of marijuana. Marijuana, or weed, has had a long history of human use in America. Most cultures used marijuana as an herbal medicine, while others used it to create things such as textiles and rope. Political and racial factors in America led to the criminalization of weed, though its legal status is constantly changing in many places. As this legal status changes, though, the perceptions or social norms around marijuana must also change with it. There are both mental and physical effects to marijuana. Some of these effects include euphoria, mood changes, increased appetite, and heightened sensory perception. Although all these things may seem like positive effects, marijuana also has negative effects ranging from anxiety, fear, and panic. These negative effects are usually more common with abuse, and the THC in marijuana, which is the chemical responsible for the drug's potency, has dramatically increased over the past decades. So in the late 1800s, medical marijuana was being sold in pharmacies and doctors' offices to treat things like stomach problems and other ailments. Scientists later discovered that THC was the source of marijuana's medicinal properties. They used this to create the drugs called Marinol and Syndrose, which is prescribed in pill form. So the recreational use of marijuana started with the substance called hashish that was used throughout the Middle East and Asia around 800 AD. Recreational use of marijuana was not introduced to America until the Mexican Revolution, when immigrants introduced recreational practice. This was in the early 1900s. Massive unemployment and social unrest during the Great Depression created a public fear of evil weed, and as a result, 29 states had outlawed cannabis by 1931. The Marijuana Tax Act criminalized marijuana nationwide. It imposed excess tax on possession or transfer of marijuana, making it much harder to get your hands on or redistribute. The picture on the right-hand side of the screen shows the stamps that they would put on packages of marijuana to display the excess tax that they were implementing. Someone named Samuel Caldwell was the first person to be prosecuted under this act the day after it was implemented, and he was sentenced to 4 years of hard labor. The Marijuana Tax Act was then repealed in 1970 by Richard Nixon when he listed marijuana as a Schedule I drug up there with heroin and LSD and ecstasy. This means that he said that marijuana was capable of no medicinal use and had no other purpose other than being harmful. Alright. In the Compassionate Use Act of 1996, California became the first state to legalize marijuana use for medicinal purposes. Colorado and Washington were the first states to legalize marijuana for recreational use in 2012. After that, many more states followed them in the legalization of recreational marijuana. As of 2021, marijuana is legal for recreational use in 18 different states across the U.S. Here is an image displaying what states marijuana is legal for recreational and medicinal use, and/or medicinal use. Take a second and look at that. Alright, now for the redefinition. Basically, we're going from unacceptable to acceptable norms. So as weed becomes legal in more states, social norms must also change along with it. The evil weed mentality that was established in the Great Depression is fading away as time passes, as it should, because it is not as harmful as it was made out to be. People should begin to view marijuana less as a Schedule I drug, like like the ones I mentioned earlier, like heroin, LSD, and ecstasy, and be viewed more as something like alcohol that can be used more recreationally and around friends and socially normal. And here are my sources. Thank you.